I'm Cindy, and this is
Rosita.
And today's artist, not a song, is Keely Smith. And Quote is actually the title of the album. It's I Wish You Love. I guess in honor of Valentine's Day. Short story with this album. It's a record I found at a thrift shop, and I really did not know what it would sound like or did not know anything about the artist, and I don't know much about it yet. But her name is Keely Smith, and the reason I chose it was it had a beautiful cover art. So, do you know who Keely Smith is?
No.
No. Okay.
I think it's before my time.
Oh, she has a beautiful voice.
Yes.
So we are at Mi Casa in Rosita's kitchen. And what are you putting together?
Oatmeal, rosemary, oil.
What are you making?
I'm making oatmeal tortillas.
Alrighty. And so what you said you put in oatmeal and rosemary?
Yes,
and
rosemary,
water?
a little water, a little salt. But when you came in, I already have put. I already grind the oatmeal.
Oh, how did you do that?
And the blender, I put it, so I can have it to flour.
How many cups of flour did you use?
2.
And did you add the ingredients in the blender so you can grind the oatmeal? Or did
Yes,
you do that?
the rosemary I put it in there so it can be grind.
So in the blender you added 2 cups of oatmeal.
2 cups of oatmeal.
The rosemary.
Yes, and a pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt.
Yes.
Any water?
No, not until no. The water I just put it right now.
Okay. How many cups of water?
You know what? I haven't so far at this time measured it because
So maybe a
for
cup.
I mean 1/3 I think,
So you said a cup and one.
and then it was left 1/3.
Okay, so a little under a cup.
A little under a cup. Yes. I came out just right. I didn't have to
What came out just right?
the dough.
Okay.
The
So can you give us a story about these oatmeal tortillas?
the story is about because my beautiful daughter she started making and she loved them. But when she started making them, she started making like pancakes,
Yes.
and they taste good.
They were good for a
yeah.
while. They were all right. But then I think it was Christmas Eve, and I was going to make us this thoughtful dinner, and it just went kaput.
Yes.
And you seem like you've been on a mission to perfect this recipe, and I think you've done it.
I think this time I done it because I didn't have to wait for the right mixture because before it gets like too watery, and then after I let it dry for about 5 minutes, and it gets hotter.
So they're gonna sit here in this bowl for 5 minutes?
No, this time no. I already gonna start making them.
Oh, so it's ready to go.
It's ready to go.
What do you think was the difference today?
I think it was the water.
Oh,
Probably I put the right
amount of water. Okay, yeah, they look great.
Yeah.
And they are definitely delicious. I think we've been having these like every day for the last 2 weeks. But I asked, but I asked you to not make them last week, so we sort of like wean off of them for a little bit. And so, what are you using here?
I'm using the homemade tortillas.
And what is this called right here?
This was tortilla maker. It's I think it comes from Hispanic heritage thing.
And how long have you had this?
Oh, this one I think. Oh, how old are you?
Age unknown. I'm in my 40s something.
Okay, so this one is. I was pregnant with you.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it is about 40 something years old.
Yes, we don't say the years.
No, because I'm growing young day by day. And so you bought this when you were pregnant with me and you were a newlywed, right?
Yes.
And do you remember what store you bought it and why you bought it?
I remember that I was pregnant and I was craving homemade tortillas.
Okay.
And your father and I went and got some the tortilla maker.
But do you know where you bought it?
Can you believe that I don't remember?
What do you think it cost back in the day?
Oh, maybe about $3 or $4.
But this must be really good material because it's lasted a good amount of time.
Yes.
And I say that very gently because if I say a long time, then it's sort of outing my age.
Yes.
But it's amazing. Any memories that this tortilla maker? There must be a name for it, right? The tortilla. How do you say it in Spanish?
What?
This right here, this tortilla maker.
Tortillera.
Tortillera. There we go. Tortillera. Do you have any memories? Does this bring you any memories when you look at it? Aside from being pregnant with me, and I mean that's a pivotal moment.
You know, sometimes people don't believe in things. But I remember that I was craving. One day I was craving, and your dad came from work.
You were craving a tortilla?
A tortilla, yes. And then I started making and I started eating with your dad. And after I ate one bite of the tortilla, I heard a baby cry.
Oh, yes, I know this story. Keep going.
And I got scared. And I mean, I for a moment I thought it was me. But then your father, he says, "What is that?" And he says, "Is really crying?" And I say, "I think so."
What is really crying?
You.
Oh, I was crying?
Yes.
Now, where was I?
How in my tummy.
So, you heard a baby cry while
Yes.
you were eating your tortilla. My dad heard it, and I'm not yet born, so you feel that I cried from inside the womb?
Yes.
Interesting.
But it's a history because my mom also told me that I cried on her womb. When she was a months pregnant.
Oh, and what does that mean?
You know what? I don't know. They have in my if you say something that it cry, it didn't happen. But if you don't say something, you don't say nothing, it's supposed to happen something.
Oh,
but
so
mostly
it sounds very unknownish.
Unknownish, yes.
But it sounds like it sounds like an interesting thing to Google to see what science says, right, about this. And but then again, no need for Google to tell us how to define that moment. You experienced it. What did it mean to you? What did you feel? What was it like?
Wow, it was like a scare and then a joy.
Oh, so tell us more about the joy first.
Well, it's a joy that you hear your baby cry, and you, Tommy, and it's amazing. It's just beautiful.
About how many months pregnant do you think you were?
I think about 5 months pregnant.
5 months pregnant. Did your mom ever tell you the story, or what she felt when she heard you cry in the womb?
She said that she was taking lunch to my dad, and on the way over there, she heard a cry, and she looked around, And she continued to hear it, and then she heard it, she stopped and she said that it was me. So, and the story and that, they say that if you don't say anything, the child becomes like how you call the
like
people?
the sixth sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But
it's
I
all
really
just
don't-
very mythical, right?
It's a fairy, it's a
Mythical.
tale.
It's mythical, and it's a story that you can just sort of, you can make it what you need it to be at the moment, right? Because it's part of your memory, it's part of your history, and the only ones who could really share the whole truth and nothing but the truth are the people who experienced it, which was you and your mom. And I think at the end of the day, what matters the most is how it made you feel, and the joy that it brought you. And you said it gave you a little bit of fear. What was that fear coming from?
Well, because when you hear, it says, well, am Mom and my baby all right? That's the fear.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I was scared about,
But for the most part, did your pregnancy go well after that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You were born before, 1 month before.
Okay.
Because we had a car accident. And from the car accident, after that, 1 week after, you were born.
Amazing. So I'm going to pivot a little bit. You're making tortillas, you're in the kitchen, you're cooking. What's your relationship to cooking? Like, do you love it? Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Any favorite meals in particular that you enjoy cooking?
Not really.
No.
It's just whatever comes.
What about as a newlywed and as a new mom? Any meals that you enjoyed putting together back then?
With you, when you were born and then you were eating you were 5 to 6 months, I was mostly grinding you food like a chicken soup with all the vegetables. Also the fruit, banana. That one is squished, but the other ones I will cook a little bit and blend it.
And as you're putting a meal together, what kind of thoughts are going through your mind?
And the first thing is, I think, when I'm making it, I think about my loved ones. If they say, I want them to enjoy the meal. That's my only that,
Is it therapeutic for you to cook?
Definitely, yes.
Yes? It brings you some calm?
Yes, this. And yesterday I was thinking, remember you asked me to make the tortillas again? And I had a thought, your brother, like when he craves something, and there's nothing like for a mother to
be able to fulfill that.
Yes, you craving for your children.
I agree.
Yeah.
When my kiddos are asking for certain things, and usually they're not like homemade things, they usually want like stuff from the stores.
Yes.
But if I bring it, they're very happy.
Oh.
One day they'll love our food. One day they will love our food.
I didn't like oatmeal.
No?
No, when I was little, I didn't like oatmeal. I used to throw away and without my mom seeing, I like the liquid, but I didn't like the oats.
Okay. When did you start enjoying it?
When I grew up, old age.
I wonder if the taste buds change over time.
I wonder. No, okay.
There's a couple items here on the table that I purposely brought out. Again, we're in a kitchen, and usually a kitchen holds a couple treasures and stories, right? Look, so this one right here, can you tell us what it is and what memory it brings for you?
This one is also for you. Before you were born, I was coming from work, And I used to stop to this drugstore, the old time store, drugstore. And it came with a spoon and a handle. But the handle is gone. And I bought it because it was for a baby. So I just bought it for you. This one, we have a set. It's also a lot of pieces are missing, and the moving that we have been going through, they've been broken. But this one also before you, I was pregnant with you when they came and also got the stainless steel cookware, and then we got this, and we got the forks and knives, and But this one, I remember we chose it because there were only three kinds, and this one I love it because of the rose.
And you used to call them your China set.
Yes.
Yes, and they were quite beautiful, and I remember that we only bring them out for special moments.
Yes.
But you're right, after the many moves we have done, the cups, the plates have been broken, but you have a good amount of plates and a good amount of cups.
Yes.
So left. And how about this one right here?
Oh, this one, I remember I had a friend, and he says that one of her friends asked him to move things from a storage, and when they went in there, they says take whatever you want, and he was a good friend, so he gave me the set.
And I see a theme in the choice of cookware and plate set and cups. It's roses. You have a fond for roses.
Yes, and this one, you were little, and on Christmas time for a while we spent the Christmas Eve with my godmother Maria, and she gave me this a set of this for soup, for
I remember you used to put like sugar cubes in here.
Yes, and then
I think there's one more item over here. They're called the princess sets.
Oh,
right? Is that the name?
Yes, Princess House.
Princess House, like this one right here.
Oh, that's been for a long time, before you were born too.
And they also have roses.
I used to buy them, and I used to say, oh, maybe I give it away because I never thought I was gonna get married.
Oh, so you bought them before you were married?
Yes, I was single.
Okay, and I remember there used to be a tier of 3.
Yes, there's only 2, I think.
No, there's 3 left. Well, actually, you're right. There's probably I was able to find some at the thrift shop.
Oh, yes.
And I remember that my dad would fill this with candy, jelly beans, and M&Ms. And I remember sneaking in there and just having one after another, and I don't think we got in trouble for overeating them, but I know that we were supposed to take our time with them. But remember, they were filled with jelly beans. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So, Mom, looking at these items and going down memory lane with them, what resonates with you the most?
You know what? When you go through, when you see everything, everything comes back for each. Like, for example, you see the cup over there?
Yes.
That one, it has a history too.
The one with the Beauty and the Beast?
Yes.
Yes. What's that one?
That one, a little girl that I was taking care while I was working at the school. I was doing the 1-to-1, and she has a heart problem. So I was with her for the whole day, and the first grade.
So you were her one-on-one
nurse, yeah. And one time she got her wish to go to Disneyland and spend it with the princesses, and she bought me that.
Oh,
cup.
Very sweet.
Yes.
So it's very interesting that items in your kitchen, if you take the time to just really step back and focus on the memory.
It's our kitchen.
Yes. So when you step back and focus on the items in our kitchen, and you focus on the moments or the memories, I think it can do something healing and beautiful.
That's your brother. She took, and Tuesday they gave a gift on T-Mobile. One time he got an umbrella. He got different things. But the day that we went together, we got 2.
Aww.
And one I gave it to mine. I gave it to my sister, and well,
You kept my brother's.
yes.
Yes. So that's beautiful. These trinkets in our kitchen hold such special memories. They hold a little piece of our hearts and a little piece of right here of our loved ones. I mean, who have passed. There's a story tied to them. Like I said, when you're going through your kitchen, maybe step back and start looking at items from the perspective of where is this going to take me to? What part our history or my history is this item taking me to? And what did I feel? And what joy was collected in that moment? Sometimes we're in our kitchen, I myself being one, and I could feel like there's so much clutter. What do I get rid of, right? And oftentimes some of these items, they do get donated and they make it out to thrift shops or antique shops. And I just think it's amazing if you're a thrifter or a person who likes antique shops, as you're purchasing items, you're purchasing not only something at a very reasonable price, but you're collecting someone's history, right? And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be beautiful as you're giving things away, maybe stuff a little note with the memory that item holds inside, and hopefully it remains in there, and when someone purchases it, they can read the story tied to that item.
That sounds...
Yeah. Right,
that
because
sounds good. Yeah.
Even though these memories are ours for our hearts and our minds, and we can share them with our loved ones, I feel like it's a little piece of history that should be pushed forward for someone else to read, hear, because you never know how it's going to touch someone else's life. You never know what memory it may stir in them, and you never know what healing it may bring to their heart and soul. So I don't know. I think that's so powerful. Because right now, like something sparked in you. I mean, you were very talkative. You went from the tortillera to this the pot, the mugs, to the T-Mobile cup, and to the Beauty and the Beast. Like in just a moment, you were enlightened and probably were rushed with several memories, right? And so how's your heart feeling right now?
It feels good, at peace.
Yes.
At peace.
Yes. I mean, you talked about so many things in very little time, and it's like, did you notice that you just sort of went back in history, like a time machine?
Oh, yes.
From when you were single to when you got married, when you were pregnant to now.
Yeah, and when I was pregnant, that was a beautiful time with both of you. Because I knew what I was expecting. Your dad says that's a girl, but when I got pregnant with he wanted a boy. So when the doctor, no ultrasound, the doctor, he didn't know ultrasound, but for you says it's a girl. But when at certain months, he told me this is a boy. He both
so
time.
He knew how to sort of predict what the
they say that
sex of the baby
they
would be.
do it by the heartbeat. I believe so.
Oh, very sweet. Any last words of wisdom that you'd like to close out with?
I always have the wisdom, God's words.
Okay.
Let me get it. How about yours?
Well, experiencing this moment with you, it just lets me know that take the time to engage with your loved ones, friends, family. Each of us is a time capsule, and in us we hold so many memories from our personal perspectives. And I think it's a blessing to give ourselves the time and space to just listen to one another. To me, what stood out about you, Mom, is that I think that when you were first married, when you were first pregnant, it was a very sweet and tender time in your life. You didn't know where that path was leading you, but what you saw was sweetness. And what I know of your path is it's been challenging and hard, but you hold on to these moments as if they were just yesterday. And whatever challenges have been brought to you, they don't take away from those memories. You know, they just sort of make you glow. They give you a little glow. Like when you're talking about them, they give you, I think, a little pep in your step. From the way you vocalized some of the memories that came back to you, I think you're just in love with, your life. And like you said, I think a couple of weeks or last week is you have no regrets.
No whatsoever.
Yeah.
I will marry the same man. I will marry the same man, have the same children.
And maybe that's what we need to focus on. Things aren't perfect.
What I remember with you, it came right now, and your brother, okay? One time I was sitting, your father, I think he went out, and I was there, and I said, I'm alone. And I just sat back in that's our rocking chair. And as soon as I say I'm alone, you started kicking. Oh, kicking. Yes. That was hard, And said you telling me, hey, what do you mean? You alone? I'm here. And your brother, he didn't move for 4 months, and I was worried. Until the 4th month, I got sick and went to the hospital, and put me in this with the maternity, when they had the babies. And the baby cried, and there he started kicking me, and very hard.
Aww.
So those moments I cannot forget. His first kickings and yours. You kick early, but that day you kick harder and more time. Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No. I enjoy it. Yeah. Over here, Psalm 27. Only to 3, 1 to 3. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evil men advance against me to devour my flesh, when my enemies and my foes attack me, they will stumble and fall. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident. Amen.
Amen. And here's a little Keely Smith. I'll finish off with that.